Hello and welcome. My name is Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind the Country Chic Cottage. Today I am making sublimation candle jars. So we are going to get the jars that have a sublimation coating. We're going to put a sublimation print on them. And then we are going to fill these with wax to make a candle. And they do actually come with a lid as well. But we're going to make these extra special, and this is an optional little additional feature, but I'm going to make a mold and make a heart shape on the top out of wax to put a heart on top of the candle. Of course, that's a little extra. That's something optional that you can do, but I thought it would be a fun addition. So we're going to use the xTool WonderPress for this because I can do all of those things in one, right? So I can sublimate the candle jar, I can make the mold for the candle, and then I can put that all together. So because I can do all those things in one machine, that's the press that I'm going to use today. So first, let's take a look at the other supplies you're going to need for this one. So to make the candle jar itself, you'll need a sublimation blank. So this is a sublimation candle jar. It comes with the lid, and we will be sublimating the glass. And then along with that, you will need a sublimation print. So this is sublimation ink printed on sublimation paper from a sublimation printer. And I just printed a full page of the sublimation print, and we'll cut it to size with a paper trimmer. Then to sublimate the candle jar, you will need some type of shrink sleeve because this is too small to fit in something like a tumbler press or a mug press generally. So we are going to use an oven, and I am going to use the oven with my xTool WonderPress. So I'm going to use the shrink wrap to shrink everything and hold it tight. Then I'm going to use a heat resistant mat, heat resistant gloves, a heat gun to shrink that shrink wrap, as well as heat resistant tape. Then we're going to make the candle portion of this. So I'm going to add a candle to the inside of this. I have some soy wax. There's some putty for holding in the wick, so I have the wick as well. And then I do have these holders that hold the wick up as the candle cools. And then I do have some fragrance oil. I'm not going to color the candle, but I am going to add some fragrance to it. And then optionally, you can add a shape on top of your candle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ceramic piece to make a mold, then add the candle wax to the mold itself and make a shape that we're going to add to the top of the candle so that when you open it up, there'll be a cute heart on the top. To make the mold, I will use the vacuum attachment for the WonderPress, and I am going to use a soft TPU sheet to add in there to mold around this heart. So let's go ahead and prep our jar and do that sublimation on the candle jar first. I went ahead and measured the candle jar and then used the paper trimmer to trim around all four sides of the print to make a full wrap on the jar. So now this wrap is complete, and I did want to note something. So I have another video on YouTube all about getting the brightest results on glass, and I used one of my tips for this one. So I ran this through the sublimation printer twice. So I printed on it once and then I printed on it again. That will give me a brighter result on the jar, even if I were not to add a candle inside. So I wanted to do that just in case the wax doesn't kind of make the print pop. I wanted to get the brightest result possible. So I did print twice on this, and I did mirror this when printing. So I did want to note those two tips for printing on your sublimation paper so you get the best results here. Then I went ahead and wrapped my sublimation print around my jar. Make sure that the jar is clean. And then I am using my trick here for adding tape to one end. And then when you wrap the jar, make sure that end is on the bottom. That way your seam is going to look a bit cleaner. Then once I've done that, I'm adding more heat tape to secure the print to the jar. Then you want to add the jar to a shrink plastic sleeve. Now my shrink plastic sleeve was actually big enough to do two of these jars, so I cut it in half. Then added the jar to the shrink plastic, and then used a heat gun to shrink it into place. So you just want it tight on the jar everywhere so it is ready for the oven. To sublimate the candle jar, I'm removing the heat press module, adding the sublimation oven module, removing the top rack. You do want to make sure that the heat pad is down inside of the oven. You can go ahead and set the time and temperature. Now, I am setting the time and temperature, however, I did have to add more time. So for this oven, you might want to add more heat or more time to get a good sublimation result. Once your press is heated up, go ahead and add your jar to the sublimation oven, close the press, and hit the play button to go ahead and start the sublimation. Now, about halfway through, I did go ahead and rotate this in order to get a more even sublimation. Once time is up, you can go ahead and remove it from the oven, add it to a heat resistant mat, and then I do recommend that you remove that shrink wrap film immediately in order to make it a little bit easier. So I went ahead and removed the shrink wrap film. Now, to get a brighter sublimation result, I left my print on the jar until it was completely cool. Once it was cool, I went ahead and peeled back that sublimation print. Now we can go ahead and work on the mold that is optional for the top of your candle. So I'm removing the oven module from the press and adding the 3D form module. Go ahead and pick vacuum forming and then the type of material that you're using. Remember, I am using the soft material for this mold. You do want to make sure that the metal mesh plate is installed inside of the 3D form module. Then go ahead and raise up the frame until it clicks into place. Once you have that raised, be sure that the pressing frame is not installed, and go ahead and open the handles. Go ahead and place your object within the press. Remove the protective film from both sides of your vacuum forming film, and then add the film to the top frame. You want to make sure that the film covers all 4 sides and rests on the gasket on all 4 sides. Then you go ahead and add that frame and press both handles down at the same time. Then go ahead and push the tray into the press. Now you can start forming at this time if your press is heated up. If it's not heated up, go ahead and wait for it to come to temperature. Then press the play button. It is going to tell you to press the handles firmly down on both sides for about 10 seconds. And then it's going to continue to process with the vacuum for about 60 more seconds. Now this vacuum portion may be loud, but it is creating a vacuum around whatever objects you placed in there. Once the countdown is complete and your processing is complete, you can go ahead and pull out the base, flip up the handles on both sides, remove the pressing frame. Now all of this is very hot, so you might want to use heat resistant gloves. Then you can go ahead and remove your mold, and you can press down on the top of your film to release the object if needed. So now I have my mold as well as my sublimated candle jar, and we can kind of start making a candle here. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep the jar before melting the wax. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of that putty on the bottom of this wick and press it down into the center. Then I went ahead and added the top metal piece to hold the wick into place as I pour the candle wax. So I melted this candle wax in a double boiler. I'm just gonna add a little bit of scent, and I think I'll pour the mold first and let it sit aside, because we're gonna need to poke a hole in the center of this mold. So it needs to firm up some. So I'm just going to fill that mold up, and then I am going to set that to the side. Then I'm just going to keep filling up this candle. So I probably don't have enough wax melted, but I'll go ahead and go and melt some more and fill this up. I do need to leave room for that heart at the top. Then repeated the process with some additional wax and went ahead and poured that in until I thought that the candle could still accept the heart at the top. And then while the wax is a little bit soft within your mold, you want to go ahead and pop out the candle piece. So I went ahead and popped out my heart. It was very easy to get out. And then I set it flat down on my surface and I poked a hole in the center. So I'm just using a wood skewer here from the kitchen and poked a hole all the way through the center. That will be the hole that my wick goes through once my candle has completely cooled. Then we'll just let the candle itself cool, and we will add the heart to the top. So this is pretty firm. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this metal piece. I can trim the wick. Depending on how firm this is, you may need to melt the wax. Mine is fairly soft, so I'm going to thread the wick through the hole. Then you can add the lid. Then you have a cute sublimated jar. You can remove the lid. There's a heart shape on the top of your candle. And as you can see, I already lit it, just testing it. And now I can light my candle and it'll burn through the heart and all the way down this candle. Okay, now I have a cute jar candle, and these can be customized. I chose to do like a full wrap sublimation, but you could customize this for events and so much more. Put people's names on them, anniversaries, weddings. There's so many different options with this blank. And then of course you can add whatever kind of shape you want on the top as well to personalize it a little more. And you add the lid to it and it makes an amazing gift idea. So if you are looking for a unique gift idea, a unique sublimation blank, these sublimation candle jars might just be what you need. So I'm going to link to all the supplies I used in the description below this video. So you can head there to find the jars, the candle making supplies, the xTool WonderPress, all of those things that I used. I will link in the description below this video for you. And if you have any questions about anything that we covered during the making of this cute candle, then just drop down to the comment section and ask away. If you like this video and it helps you, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, head on over to my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. I have a full video on the xTool WonderPress. If you're wondering what else it can do, I have that for you, plus so much more. And stay tuned right here on YouTube for another creative, crafty video. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.